Let me ask you something. What if working hard, truly, obsessively, sacrificially hard, was actually the thing keeping you poor? I know that sounds insane. Stay with me. There is a man in America right now. His alarm goes off at 5:17 a.m. He doesn't hit snooze. He never hits snooze. He's been doing this for 11 years. He skips breakfast because there's no time. He eats lunch at his desk. He stays late. He takes the calls on weekends. He is one of the hardest working people you will ever meet. And last month, he had less than $800 in his bank account. That man is not lazy. That man is not careless. That man is doing every single thing he was ever told to do. And that is exactly why he is broke. Because the advice you were raised on, work hard, save money, be loyal, be patient, that advice was not written for you. It was written for the people who benefit when you follow it. In the next 10 minutes, I am going to show you the hidden system that keeps hardworking people financially stuck their entire lives. And I'm going to show you the exact moves wealthy people make. Moves that your school, your parents, and your boss never told you about. Pay close attention, because what I'm about to say in the first 60 seconds alone is worth more than anything you learned in 12 years of school. This is the story of a man named David, and I promise you, you already know him. David grew up in Cincinnati. Small house, loud neighborhood. His father worked the factory floor for 31 years. Same shift, same badge, same parking spot, same slow destruction of a body that never got to rest. His mother cleaned hotel rooms on weekends, not because she wanted to, because the electric bill didn't care about exhaustion. David watched all of this from that tiny kitchen every single night, and he made himself a promise. I will never live like this. I will outwork everyone around me. I will earn my way out. So he did. He studied. He graduated. He worked 60-hour weeks without a single complaint. He got promoted at 29, promoted again at 32. By 35, David was making $78,000 a year, more money than his father earned in his best 3 years combined. And David was completely, utterly, secretly broke. Not the kind of broke you can see, the invisible kind, the terrifying kind. One unexpected medical bill away from losing everything. No investments, no assets, nothing saved that could survive a real emergency. He would lie awake at 2 a.m. with his phone under the covers, running numbers in his head, adding, subtracting, coming up short every single time. Sound like anyone you know? Here is the number that should stop you cold. 61% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now. Not just low-income workers, people with good salaries, people like David, people possibly like you. And the reason is not laziness. The reason is not overspending. The reason is something nobody ever taught you. There are 4 financial traps built into the system most people live inside of, and unless someone shows them to you, you will never see them. Trap number 1. You are selling the one thing you can never get back. When you go to work every day, any job, any salary, you are exchanging your time for money. And time is the only thing in your life with a hard limit. Think about it this way. If you earn $40 an hour and you work a full 8-hour day, you made $320. That is your ceiling. You hit it at 5 p.m. and you cannot go higher. No matter how talented you are, no matter how dedicated, the ceiling is there. But here is what wealthy people figured out. They stopped selling time. They started building machines. A business that makes sales at 3 a.m. while they sleep. An investment portfolio that grows every single day whether they show up or not. Rental income that hits their account on the first of every month like clockwork. These are not fantasies. These are the actual money habits of people who broke free from the ceiling. David was sprinting on a treadmill, giving everything he had. And the treadmill, no matter how fast you run, never moves you an inch forward. So ask yourself right now, are you building anything? Or are you just running? Because here is where it gets worse. Trap number 2, and this one is going to make your blood boil. The government legally takes more money from you the harder you work, and less from people who are already wealthy. Right now in the United States, if you earn $100,000 from a job, from your labor, from your time, the federal government can take up to 37 cents of every dollar past a certain threshold. But if a wealthy investor earns that same $100,000, not from working, from investments, they pay as little as 15%. Same dollar amount, less than half the tax. This is not a loophole. This is not illegal. This is the United States tax code, written by legislators who had wealth, designed to protect wealth. Wages are taxed at the highest rates in the entire system. Investment profits are taxed at the lowest. Business owners deduct their expenses before the government even calculates what they owe. Employees cannot do that. So every single raise David received, every extra dollar he earned by working harder, a larger percentage of it quietly vanished before it ever hit his bank account. Financial literacy is the single highest returning education available to any human being on earth. And it was the one education you were deliberately never given. David did not know any of this until everything collapsed. He was 38 years old when his manager called him into a glass-walled conference room on a Tuesday afternoon. He already knew. You always know. He drove home without turning on the radio, pulled into the driveway, sat in the car for 4 minutes before he could make himself go inside. His kids' backpacks were on the kitchen floor. Their homework was still spread across the table. He sat down in the chair at the head of that table, opened his banking app. $1,247. 11 years of 60-hour weeks, 2 promotions, 0 sick days taken in the last 3 years. And the number standing between his family and disaster was $1,247. He did not cry. Something worse happened. He went completely quiet inside. And in that silence, sitting in the same kind of exhausted stillness he used to watch his father sit in, the old programming finally cracked. He stopped asking the question he had been asking his whole adult life. How do I find another job? And for the very first time, he asked the question that changed everything. What do wealthy people actually know that I was never taught? He read for 6 months like a man possessed. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Psychology of Money, interviews with investors, documentaries on wealth, annual reports, anything he could find. And the same answer appeared every single time. The wealthy do not rely on one income. They build multiple streams. They make their money work. They play by the rules of the game, rules that most people do not even know exist. So David started, quietly, without drama. He took $200 a month, money that used to disappear into subscriptions and convenience purchases he could not even remember making, and he put it into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. He started a freelance bookkeeping service on weekends. First client paid him $500. He filed as self-employed and for the first time accessed tax deductions he had been leaving on the table for over a decade. No overnight success, no viral moment, no lucky break. Just the right moves, applied consistently, over time. 36 months later, David had $43,000 invested, a passive income stream bringing in $2,200 every month. A real emergency fund that could absorb a crisis without destroying his family. It does not feel like a yacht or a sports car. It feels like lying down at night and not doing math in your head. It feels like breathing. Now here is what this means for you. Right now, not someday, now. 3 moves. That is all this takes to start. Move 1. Build something that earns without you. You do not need to quit your job tomorrow, but you need to start something alongside it. A skill you freelance, a digital product, an investment account, one small side income stream. Give it 1 hour this week, just one. The goal is not millions, the goal is motion. Because an object in motion builds momentum, and momentum builds wealth. Move 2. Stop letting your money die. If you have $50 you do not need this month, it should not be sitting in a savings account surrendering to inflation. Open a brokerage account tonight. Put that $50 into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Do not wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment does not exist. Compound interest does not reward perfection, it rewards time. And every single month you wait is a month of growth you can never get back. Move 3. Treat financial education like your life depends on it. Because financially, it does. 1 book this month. 1 honest finance video per week. 1 podcast during your commute instead of music. The return on this investment is infinite. There is literally no asset class on earth that pays better than knowing how money actually works. The wealthy are not smarter than you. They are not more disciplined than you. They simply received an education that you were denied, and they used it. You now have access to that same education, starting with this video. David's transformation did not begin when he found a new job. It began the night he asked a different question. The night he stopped playing a game he did not understand and started learning the rules. Your version of that night might be right now, sitting wherever you are, watching this. And what you decide to do in the next 60 seconds will say everything about where you will be 5 years from now. If something in this video cracked something open for you, I need you to do one thing. Hit subscribe, right now. Not as a favor to me, as a commitment to yourself. Because every week I come back with financial education that your school refused to teach you. No paid promotions, no sponsored garbage telling you what to buy. Just the truth about money, explained clearly enough that you can actually do something with it. And right now in the comments, I want you to answer one question. What is the biggest lie about money you were taught growing up? Type it, right now. I read every single one. And your answer might become the next video on this channel. The rules of wealth are not secrets kept by genius people. They are simply information, withheld from the people who need it most. You just got some of it. Now use it.